What a doozy crew, we're here with another live stream for you guys today. Today we're discussing more transfer news regarding a lot of the players, a couple of attackers, a couple of defenders, a couple of midfielders. We're also going to talk about some other stuff, all regarding Chelsea, all regarding football. So let's roll the intro and then let's get into today's stream. And we're back, guys, here with another live stream for you guys. Again, another one's been about a week. As you guys don't know, I was a bit sick, so I could not stream anything. Hang on. For about a week, but I am back now, and we're going to discuss more Chelsea news. Obviously, there's been a lot of links toward Chelsea, towards a lot of clubs in general, and a lot of our players who we were linked with, we are linked with as well. But before we get into the stream, guys, if you guys haven't already, do go check out Twitter right now, guys, and Zboy on Twitter, and there's an underscore there as well. Let's get to 650. Let's get to 700 by the end of the month. We'll go slowly but steadily. We'll get some good, more supporters on the Twitter. So go do support that as well. Regarding today's news, guys. Before we even get in the news, guys, we're going to talk about the kit. I want to talk about the kits quickly. The 2022-2023 home kit was released. A lot of controversy around that situation. So I'll pop it up on the screen. I want everyone's thoughts on it here. So this is the home kit. This is the home kit for the 2022-2023 seasons. It looks more bluish. Looks more bluish there. I don't know. But yeah, this is the one for the 2022-2023 season. It first looks at it, guys. It's just, I don't know. It's too basic. Like they wear this on the pitch. I'm not gonna be getting upset. It's like it is what it is. It's not. It's not like the worst kit, but it's bad. Like it's not a kit. It's just some basic thing that we would look at it. We go, yeah, that's a football kit. That's a basic kit. We want something a bit special. Something just that jumps at us, like a lot of these other kits are coming out with. But this is just too boring. And I think Nike the last couple of years have just had shocking kits, and this one 100% goes in the mix with that for sure. I mean, this is quite a bad kit. But talking about the sponsor on that kit, guys, Todd Boehly confirmed that 3 sponsor is going to continue for next season. I think that's quite bad, to be honest with you. I don't think we should be doing that after what they've done to us. Obviously, if you guys don't know, 3 UK pulled out of the deal with Chelsea, their sponsorship deal, when the controversy between Roman and the UK government were happening. So they actually weren't a sponsor of us for a couple months, for 3-4 months, and they abandoned us. And now Tom Boehly has kind of come out and said, yeah, you know what, you can be our sponsor for another year. So I don't think that's the right thing to do. I don't think Todd should be doing that. I don't think they treat us, right at all. I think this season they should finish up their sponsorship and then head off. I think now we should be looking at a new sponsor, because 3 is quite a shitty logo. Like, let's be honest, no one really likes the 3 on the in the middle of the thing. I love the Samsung. I actually like Yokohama tires. I thought that was quite nice as well. Um, the 3 there is just like it looks like it's the football team, And from where I am, obviously, if you're an Essendon supporter, 3 was the sponsor back in like the 2000s, and 3, is a very very old kind of company. So it's nothing fancy, nothing new. Like, it's not Spotify. It's not what these new ones come. This is very very old to me. Obviously, because the kits that I looked at was back in the 2000s. But we've got FaZe Fly in the chat here. Big up to FaZe. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the stream. We've got Marlon Coat Rangers this is from Queensland. Big up from Queensland. Yeah, hope you are well. Appreciate you joining in. And we've got Airtime Football saying hello. Big up to Airtime Football. Hope you're well. Airtime Football. Let me know who you guys support. Obviously, FaZe, I know FaZe, big massive Chelsea fan. Marlon's a Coat Rangers FC. If I'm not sure, it's probably rugby. You guys up in Queensland love that rugby. I don't support it. So if I don't support rugby, you guys should guess where I'm from. Um, but back to the kit. It's not again. I don't mind the collar. I like the collar on it. We're following we're actually looking at other teams' kits and looking at they do have a collar. But other than that, we're not doing anything that's new. I'll get more pictures up. Let me just try to get more pictures up for you guys. Um, because if you haven't already, guys, do like the stream, subscribe if you're new. Let's get to 400 subs by the end. Let's say end of the week. We can easily do that. And this is the picture I don't like. I think a lot of you guys seen this picture. And this is the picture I don't like. I don't know if it's a bad picture or something, or this is like an XXXL. But this kit looks shocking. The ratio from the Nike to the end of the jumper looks kind of shit. I don't know. And then the collar's nice. I like the collar. I get the line around it. It's a good add on to that. It's good. But this line right here isn't great. Isn't great. But again, final thoughts. I think it's a kit that like yeah, like it's a kit. Here it is. It's better than the swervy lines we had. It's what I said looks like the 2021. Not really. That had again more lines on it. Simstone says here, people wanted a clean kit for years, and now we get one. They're not happy. I mean, yes, in a sense, it's a clean kit. I agree. Not a lot of people wanted a clean kit. They wanted, you know, something different. That's obviously good. A lot of these fan people will be making great kits where the color's a bit gradient or it's got some nice symbols on it. But I get it. Home jersey has to be blue, I guess. Actually, do we have? Actually, I don't know. My mind's just gone blank. Hang on. Chelsea kit. I don't remember. Is on this kit? Is our stripes yellow or is it? No, it's just gone in. It's just like blue, I guess. The pattern that's entwined with our kit this season. So it is kind of in the kit, I guess. Let me have a look at the 1920. I want to see if that one. 1920. 1920. That was a banger kit. Like I like that kit. 2021. Yeah, again, it's the same thing as the 2021 kit. It's a bit different to the sense it's with the collar, and these don't have the blue things on it. But I think that's the third kit for the 2021 was the worst kit ever. That was the worst kit ever. The red and blue one that we had back in 20. That was the worst kit ever. I'm sorry. That was shocking. But again, the 2020 1921 was a good one. I really like that one with that pattern. And I think that's, again, something what we want. Blue, maybe with a little bit of black in it, or maybe, some nice yellow, or I don't know, something simple, like simple design, but it looks nice and vibrant. But this one obviously isn't. Again, it's going to be the kit, whatever. Will I buy it? Probably not. I probably will go for maybe the third kit, which again, I'll show you if it has the third kit. I always go for the third kits. I think that I haven't bought a first kit since. I actually didn't buy a 2019 first kit. I bought the third kit because we didn't. We actually got it very late down here. I remember, and I never went and bought it again because I don't like to have too many kits. I only buy one a season, and I bought the third one instead. So since 2019, I'm buying a kit every season because I never used to buy every season, and then I'm like, I'll start buying every season. But this is the third one. I like this. I think right now kits have gone more. Kits are more fashion now. It's not really. What I was talking to a friend the other day. I was talking to a friend that back in the day, boots used to be highly kind of worn. Like people used to buy the best boots from Neymar Jr. because Neymar wore them. Like for the fashion. When they're on game day, look at his boots, look at those boots. Boots aren't really a symbol of fashion anymore. I think it's moved to kits. Kits are highly fashionable, and I think thanks to Jordan from PSG, that's been a massive kind of encouragement for other teams. And I see a lot of people now using kits as fashion. So I think a lot like me. I think I look at it like, can I wear this on a normal day out? you know. And I think that's what a lot of people, when they look at that, is what they think. Like the third kit for this season, like that's a banger kit. That kit you can really wear, um, to a lot of players because it's different. It's very vibrant. I hate the three on it though. It's disgusting, the three. But I think that's what's happening now. I think it's a lot more dived into fashion, and I think it's the fashion that speaks now for the kits. So again, maybe that's what they try to do with their third kit. I think a lot of teams do that with their third kit. It's try to get what most fans see to look, the best, so they can wear it on the street. Like what we did with the Nike Air one, back with Pulisic or whatever that one was. That was a great kit because that was a very fashionable kit where you could just pop it on, wear it anywhere, and it looks nice. And that didn't have the three sponsors, so I bought that one because I never liked the three sponsors, to be honest with you. So I only have two three sponsor kits. Unfortunately, I have to get another one now. But yeah, so again, I think it's moved now from the old boots used to be the fashion to now kits are the new fashion. So this is the kit I'm like. I think this is the nice kit, like a beige. I think it's called beige color. I think it's like really nice, like something you can just wear anywhere. And I like these kind of um cuffed. I guess you couldn't call them cuffed kind of sleeves, so they don't hang loose and loose around and everywhere. I think they're cuffed. Yeah, they look cuffed, which is good. There, it's got obviously the Club World Cup thing there. I don't know if I'll have it there. Maybe we'll have it there I might have it there for a nice extra attachment to that. But unfortunately, it has that disgusting three there. I mean, I would rather have something like Tesla or Spotify, or bring back Yokohama or Samsung. That would be what we would want. But enough from the kids, guys. Let's get into the transfer news now, guys. Let's get into some transfer news. So let me know your thoughts on the kit. Which one you guys are going to get on that? But let's enter the transfer news now, guys. And it says here from Fabrizio Romano that Chelsea are among the 5 clubs who have had contact with Gabriel Jesus' agent, obviously this season, and he will leave Manchester City 100% this summer. So again, it's massive, massive news coming out from Fabrizio Romano, absolute Chelsea, whatever, and it shows that Gabriel Jesus is going to leave Manchester City. So a candidate for him would be us, being Chelsea FC. Now, Gabriel Jesus to Chelsea, I, w- I, I wouldn't take it. Hang on, let me have a look. Wait, uh, no, I want to look at. Is he going on a free or is he just? I don't think he's on a free. I think you have to pay for him. His contract expires next season. That's the thing. His contract expires next season. Obviously, stats this season. He's only started 50% of games, 28 appearances, 8 assists. So 9 assists, 8 goals. Um, similar to what our kind of attackers have had. But I personally wouldn't go for him. I'm not on the edge of a striker. I don't think Lautaro Martinez is the option. I don't think that's an option. Lewandowski, I don't think that's a great option. And Gabriel Jesus isn't a great option. I don't think strikers right now is our aim. I think our best aim and our best approach should be going for creative wingers or creative attackers. Gabriel Jesus could be one of them. Obviously, he has his own assists that he goes, but when we play him, we would play him in the striker role, or the Pulisic role. Where he's false 10, whatever they call it, false 9. Sorry, I don't know, but they wouldn't play him in a forward, like left forward position. They wouldn't play him in a proper 10, or that, because he's gonna be up front. So I don't think he comes in and obviously goes into that. I think he jumps into a striker. Can he create? Yes, he's shown it, but we've seen more from players like Dembele, as I said, and everyone wants Dembele. And now we'll get another Rafinha. I think we can only get 2 attackers. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own players they want to get. If you want Gabriel, that's fine. I understand people wanting to get Gabriel. It's not like, oh, like Gabriel, like I understand people wanting him. Like he's not the worst player. It's just like he's an okay player. He's all right. Um, he's playing in one of the best teams in the world. and he did contribute, to that. Obviously, no UCL, but he did contribute to that a little bit. Premier League, but again, I would go for more creative wingers, creative attackers, where we've got an Ousmane Dembele, Rafinha, who can score and assist, high numbers, not single digits. Um, I think back in what we can say last August, even January, I think Rafinha wasn't really on my mind for a player for Chelsea, but I think looking at the available options, I think Rafinha would be kind of the best shout. You know, he doesn't have the best kind of stats you can say. Like he isn't a stat merchant. He's an eye test merchant. You would say like he only has I think like 11 goals and like 4 or 5 assists. But he does do a lot for the team. Like he is a great player. Is he worth 60 million? I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't spend that much money on him. I would go if he had the 25 million release clause. I think we should be the first one on that. But he's a player who is involved in a lot of goals. Like his contribution to goals is quite high. Obviously, the participation, to the goal isn't there, but he does contribute. The runs and he does work hard for the team. So I think Rafinha is a player who's very creative. And then when we get Dembele, who can create, assist, score. Jesus will come in, and I don't think he has a spot at that striker role. That he comes in, boom, starts playing well. I don't think that happens, and we'll have to pay 45 million for him. For a player whose contract's ending next season. I wouldn't really waste that money on that. Big up to Fahim in the chat. I hope you're well, Fahim. Let me know your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus. Do you want him in? Do you want him out? Airtime says, do you want Jesus to come? Not really. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think I wouldn't push for him. I think yes, we should look at him. He's an option that wants to leave Manchester City, but I personally wouldn't go and buy him. I don't think it would be the best option. And I'll kind of repeat what I said just before to the point where he does participate in goals and assists. Obviously, they're quite low, 9 and 8, but he's going to come in as a striker role. A striker role, you don't really assist too much. You more kind of score goals. Like that's the point of a striker. Score goals, wingers create. Just that's the typical striker role. You can tell it to a brain dead kid, and he'll tell you what a striker does: score goals. So will he come in and hit ground running? 100% not. I don't think he's a player for him to do that, and I don't think comes in and changes our team dramatically. I don't think he brings that in him. He's nothing. We kind of signed Lukaku as a groundbreaking player to come in, and he didn't do that as a striker. We haven't had strikers to come and work out since Costa. Will another striker come in and fix our problem? I'm not sure. For him, says Jesus is good, but we need to offload attackers and accommodate to a player like Jesus. I agree. I think we need to offload a lot of players. I think, as I said, Lukaku has to go, Werner has to go, and Hudson-Odoi has to go on loan. I think that's our three we should be getting rid of in our attack, and we bring in 2 players to accommodate that. And I do think Jesus, yeah, okay. As I said, like if he comes, I'm not going to be upset. Whatever it's the same thing for me with Lukaku. Like when Lukaku was coming back, last August, I wasn't for it. I was like, yeah, nah, I don't think he's going to do well. This, that. I want this person. Same thing for me with Jesus. I don't want him. I understand people want him, but I'm not going to personally go out for him. If he comes, make do with it. But I don't think he's this outstanding player, and I wouldn't pay big money for him for a guy's contract's ending next season. I think he will fit, but do you know Chelsea need a striker? Just probably not him. Yeah, exactly. I think we need a striker, but I don't think a striker is going to come in and fix our problems. I don't think there's a legitimate striker on the market who can come in and fix our team. I don't think there is. I think we need to get more credit. I think we can just use Haaland as striker. I mean, Havertz, Havertz as a striker next season and bringing back Broja and implement him, because I wouldn't go spend money on a striker that we may have a risk. Oh, this might not work. I would take the risk of buying Dembele or Nkunku, Rafinha, Sterling, whatever. Who I'm just naming players. These players where I'll take the risk on people who can create and score, meaning wingers. That's who I would take the risk. I wouldn't take a risk on another striker because I would just use Havertz. Havertz doesn't work. We can implement Broja, see how Broja works out. Because I think Broja can do quite well. Not sure if his injury record is good. I'll have a look. If I think I remember getting injured actually last season for a long time, or this season. I don't know if it was him who was off for a long time. Can I have a look at his injury record? I think. If you guys haven't already, guys, do like the stream now. It's been a week since I've been here, guys. So do make sure you like the stream. Um, it was more 20 in November, from September to November, 41 days. He's missed. I'll show. Wait, I'll just show it to you guys so you guys can see the injury record here. I wouldn't say it's the worst injury record, but it is. It is a list. To say the least, it is quite a list. Um, Obviously, virus 12 days, small knock. He had a big knock. He was out for 40 days. Ill 6 days. Hamstring injury 26. Same year. Oh no, not same year. Then he had a hamstring injury. Then he had another knock 2018. Then he had he had a torn ligament in 2018. He was out for 50 days. Then he had a fracture of the orbit. He was out for 20 days. Then he had a metatarsal fracture, which is out for 67 days. So for total, what's that like? 300 nearly, just under just under 300, probably 290, something like that. So it is quite high. Oh, yeah, it says 12 days. It said 100. I mean, there is kind of a record there. It's nothing big. I don't think nothing to be concerned on, but it's like, yeah, we should look at this. But something to be like, yeah, no, let's not sign him. He's injury prone. I don't think that's the problem here. Him being injured, I think it's just more the way he plays, the style, and that. And I don't think it works for Chelsea. Obviously, we've seen him play for City this year. He did start because he was their only striker. But guys, let's remember this, right? They never classified him as a striker, and he was playing in a striker role. Is he even a striker? Like what is he? Is he even a striker? Hang on, let me just. It says he's a forward. Where did he play for? In Palmeiras. Well, my position's center forward. Okay, whatever. Great help. But remember this, guys. He was playing as a starting striker, and Pep still said we're playing without a striker. Really. So, is he even a striker? Like, what kind of role does he come into play as? This is what kind of confuses. If Gabriel Jesus comes in this team, is he going to be a 10 or is he going to be a striker? Like, when I look at it, I'll go, oh, he's going to come in and be a striker. He's not going to do quite well in here. He's not a striker. I'm not too sure what kind of position he is at the moment. He's a winger. Pep converted him to a striker. So Pep did convert him to a striker. So what was his? Let's have a look. I guess who was the last? Jeez, my mind is blank today. So for whole Manchester United, he's played 236 games and he's had 95 goals and 46 assists. And in the Prem, he hasn't had the worst conversion rate. Like it's 159 games and 58 goals, 32 assists. That's something that we kind of get from our players every season, you know. And he's played a lot of games, like say 2017, 29 games, 13 goals, 4 assists. Is this the player we want? Is someone to come in? Because these are numbers our players kind of hit. Are we looking for someone who comes in and matches our players' standards? Like he comes in, he gets the 8 goals, the 9 assists. Like that's something Mount does. That's something Pulisic can do. Um, this is something like I'm just double checking if yeah, it's something like you could say, yeah, Pulisic does, Mount does, even like Werner does. Like these stats, like I'm looking at. Oh shit, I'm not even sharing it. I forgot I'm on the other. Scream. Yeah, guys, for me, Werner's gone as well, guys. Werner is not staying. No, thank you. So, like, I'm not trashy on the set. I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, are we buying a player to kind of compete with our player standards? Like, he plays 30 games, 2,000 minutes, you know, or do we want a player to come in and score double digits every single season? Like, when he played a full season, like, they're not the worst stats, but it's like stats that are up to the standards of of our players. You know, like, he did score more than he did the season before. Like, he did well there. Cinder did well before he got, yeah, did a bit decent. Most of his appearances have been off the bench, to be fair. So yeah, he has been a bench player. So let's compare that with you can compare players, can you? I want to just quickly write like De Bruyne to see how many games De Bruyne played at. Oh, yeah, De Bruyne got injured, didn't he? He's a player that played every single game. Probably Edison. I just want to see how many games or like minutes there are. Oh, wait, fucking Edison doesn't fucking score. Or Edison. Edison doesn't score. How can he? Oh my! I mean, he does. He does score. Let's see. De Bruyne. I mean, yeah, obviously he had a bit of an injury. He had 30 games this season, 2,200 minutes. Mr. Jesus had 1,800 minutes. Fuck me. But let me look at a couple other seasons. Yeah, 2020. What's a banger season he had? It's like how much is average season in minutes? Average season player, what, 3,600 minutes, I guess. So yeah, he has been kind of a bench player, a rotate, not a super sub player to the extent. So what happened to Chelsea? Says Ilias here. Ilias says what happened to Chelsea? Nothing. We're making success in the transfer window. Hopefully, So hopefully you can join us. But let me know. She was saying, let me know your thoughts on Jesus, but you're not even a Chelsea fan. But yeah, big up to you, Elias. Players, big up to you. Official Y1B. Lukaku should stay at Chelsea. That's what a lot of rivals are thinking. And on Lukaku's thoughts, actually, we'll go to Lukaku. We'll come back to Jesus quickly. Um, I don't have the thing on Lukaku. Let me get it. But Lukaku's obviously kind of snanked us. He said he wants to leave. Um, and you know, he said he wants to leave. I think he should be leaving. Obviously, I think we all know his kind of situation he's had. Don't need a deep dive in that, but I think it is time for him to go. He wants to take a pay cut. He wants to do a lot of things to get out. You know, if we keep him this season, it's going to be the same situation. Is like if Andreas Christensen comes back, if like Barcelona can't sign him. So he can't come back to this team now. Like Lukaku's done. He's kind of came out. He said that he's willing to take a pay cut for Inter. He says he wants to return to Inter, and then Inter can't sign him. You can't just walk back into the team. People are gonna hate him even more than they do already. So I think he's done it. I think hopefully someone else can come in and buy him. That would be the great option. Buying Nunez for 100. Yeah, and Nunez again. It's another one that I think people are assuming that's going to be a Diaz. Um, he's another, what's the guy's name? Belloni from Serie A. It's just another one of them. He scores great in one season. The guy's quite young. Bellotti was quite young ish. 100 mil is way too much on a guy like you barely know. Like if it's on Haaland, like yeah, all right, he's been doing great for 3-4. So this guy's just had one good season. So it is kind of a risk that Liverpool are going to take. I'm glad we're not taking that We're not taking that. I don't want to spend that much money on another striker that has had one decent season. So, no, your comment's not there. It must have not sent or something. Says I will take Jesus, Kunde, Dembele this window. And yeah, I mean, again, we kind of started this window, since January. We've been hearing complaints about a midfield, a midfield, a midfield. So we tried, not try to go. We didn't go for Tushimeni. And then Madrid come and snatch him, and it's like, now it's Rice now, it's Rice, but we realistically aren't going to sign any good midfielder now. Kamara's gone to Villa. Rice is hopefully going to stay at West Ham. We've lost our best midfielder, which is Tushimeni. And I just want to point out, like, I didn't see a lot of like fans are kind of upset. Obviously, I don't want fans cry, but it's like we didn't have a problem seeing that Tuchman was going to Madrid. Obviously Madrid took him, like, yeah, like, obviously, oh yeah, they got him fair square, but I was very upset with the situation. I think, remember this guy, we missed out on him for 40 million. Like, we didn't go and get him for 40 million, and then we won a year later. He's worth 100 million. Like, that's the biggest. That's another big L we're taking. So again, now we're like only like what? There's no midfielder can come in and fix our team. I think Tushimani was the only option. If not, maybe Kamara. But Kamara is going to Villa. This Sangare, this Rice isn't going to fix it. Basuma, yeah, Basuma's a great option. If we can get him 65 mil, not the worst option. It's quite good. Um, I think the negatives maybe his attitude problem, but besides that, he's a great player. I think I said this back in 2020 when if it's not Tushimani, Basuma's a great option, another good link. So I wouldn't mind a Basuma, but a Tushimani was always the best option. So we missed out highly, highly on Tushimani, which is a massive, massive setback for us. But Kunde and Dembele, again, two must players that are looking like to come, and he says he'll take Jesus and someone else. Yeah, I think we need two defenders, and one midfielder and two attackers. I think that's kind of the go this season, and we're bringing a couple of loanies as well. Yeah, but we'll see for that. Yeah. I know that Liverpool apparently they don't spend money, but then they go spend 100 million for, I think it's 65 plus and bonuses, so about 80 mil. I mean, you're not going to win the Champions League or Prem next season, so you're not going to be paying them any more bonuses to that. But 65 is still quite a lot for like I get it. He's got good goal. How many exact goals does he have? I'm gonna know the exact goals. I forgot. 26, 28 games. He's 22. Like, obviously that's good stats, but he's not gonna come in the Premier League. He's playing for the Premier Liga. Like, that's the French, not the French one. Fuck, the Portuguese league. The French one. Fucking hell. Like, I don't know. He's it's a one stat. It's a stat merchant. Give him another season. If he does it again, look at him, consider him. But again, maybe something happened there. Big up to No Name for you. We're talking about. Right now we're reading chat, but we're just talking about kind of Lukaku and the situation happening there. And actually, the Sadio Mane guy is actually you're selling the Japanese. What's his name? I just forgot his name. We call him Taki, so it's Taki. Taki's what's his name? I just forgot it. I don't know. You guys know I'm bad with names. Sadio Mane and Williams. Obviously, what happened to Williams? I thought he's your star boy, but obviously he's not. Mane again, 41 million. I'm saying this year. I really think Sadio Mane and Salah leave Chelsea. I think Liverpool, are going to be competing for top four. Even top six maybe. Like, they're gonna really struggle because people got Diaz is coming. Diaz, Diaz is a great player, yes, but who's next to him? Like, he's got Firmino and Jota. Like, Jota isn't tall enough. Someone needs to hold his hand. It's like I wouldn't. Obviously, you have to sell Mane, but like in Salah, because again, Salah, I don't think is going to be playing good football anymore next year because I think he's lost the love for the sport. So I really think Liverpool are in trouble. Like they are in trouble. And Darwin Nunez, he comes in and he's like, oh, he has to put this high. He's got high expectations. He has to put in a performance straight away, or he's like done. It's like he's got a lot of pressure on him, and is he one to take that pressure? Again, maybe. You never know. There's always players that can have that. But looking at the majority of these young 22-year-olds, obviously from the South Americans, anywhere, it's going to have a lot of pressure on it. So that should be interesting to see what Liverpool do. Hopefully they don't make top four. Yeah, big up to Marlon. Hopefully you are well. Let me know how you're feeling as well. Yeah. Be able to declare that Tishmani has his eyes on San Madrid, which turns to be the same as Rice. What is wrong with Rice, man? I'm still on the thing. I don't want Rice still. I just don't want him. Um, and the second reason is if we get him, I'm not coming on streams again. Our fan base is gonna be fucked. Like it's gonna be the worst. It's already the worst fan base ever, but it's gonna be even worse. Like I can't with this. Like Rice, Rice made one mistake. No, like there's just gonna be so much dick riders from Rice. But take away that fact. Take away that fact. Let's look at him realistically. Like he can't play without another sitter. That's how I always look at him. I look at him, Rice Suchek, Rice Phillips, right? People want to get Rice, but they want to sell Jorginho. So who's going to be the second sitter? Because this man needs someone to hold his hand. He's another Varane. I love the leadership in him. I think he's got great leadership. Um, that's the only fact I love about him. I think he's got great leadership. Um, he how can I explain it? Like, I mean, all I can say is that he's very vocal on the pitch. Like, I was trying to think of something to say, like, but that's all I can say is like he's very vocal on the pitch. That's something we need, 100%. But I'm not gonna go pay 120 million for someone that just does that. Like, that's the only aspect I like about Declan Rice. I think other than that, he's very sloppy on and off the ball. Like, again, I don't want to just use yesterday as an example, but that happened yesterday with what's his name? Musila? I don't know his name. The guy from Bayern. Anyway, and he's very sloppy tackles, sloppy clearances. It was just a bit sloppy, and it's obviously just on that game. He has a lot of games where he's like that. Again, he's not worth 120 million. I said 35, 40 max. I don't think it's 100 million. The only reason he's 100 million is because he's captain of West Ham. West Ham is obviously a big club, and he's British. And he's very kind of out there. Social media. He's friends with Mount. He's been in the Chelsea Academy. Like he's worth a lot because of what he's done outside of football. It's not because what he does on that pitch. So I'm not gonna advocate for Rice still. Like he's not worth 100 million, 120. Again, if he comes, like goodbye Chelsea. Like whatever, he comes, it comes. What can we do about it? I'll support him there. But I still don't want Rice. Yes, he's a captain. I like that leadership from him, but he's just not a good footballer, man. Better to leave Benjamin. Hope you well, man. Smash that like button too. What? Yeah, I mean, Alex definitely should not won that. I would have gave it to. I'm gonna give it to Lewis. Actually, I'll give it to Lewis. Alex and his dead jokes. Like I can't believe he won that. But anyway, we move. 100. I just did. I think you said that before I said that. Be up to shout out to breast cancer foundation. Shout out to breast fan. Shout out to breast. Oh my fucking! I can't fucking speak today. I mean, obviously, you guys have been here for a week, guys. Allow it. Just shout out to breast cancer foundation. Hopefully, go support that stuff. And big up to my boy Marlon. But did you want to Tishmanev Declan Rice? Yeah. I mean, like obviously Tchouaméni had his reasons for like Madrid. Like obviously everyone's gonna choose Madrid over Chelsea. Like it shows we've really dropped in kind of pool. Where I think people choose us over Liverpool, even not Arsenal. Still not Arsenal or Tottenham. But our pool's not the best. We've seen that. Like we are monitoring FC, and when fans come out and say we're monitoring FC, like that shows like we just monitor players, and even fans recognize it. Yeah, and again, he chose Tchouaméni over Declan Rice, and they are the same price. So, yeah. Apparently, John. Yeah, I mean, the thing on Mount, it's I don't know if it's a skit or something, but it's something else. Like Mount, again, we sell him. Yeah, let's get good money. Like, okay, let's be honest, if would I sell Mount? No, But if there was a lot of money from him, would I sell him? Of course. Yeah, I'll sell him. If he sells, I'm not gonna cry. No. Like he's not the face of Chelsea. He's another Chelsea player. Like, oh yeah, he's a good attacker. He come from the academy. Like I understand it. Like I understand that why people love him, why that he protects it. Like I get it. But he's again, you just gotta realize he's another player. He's just another player. There's a reason he's captain. I agree. Yeah, there is a reason he's captain. Obviously, captaincy holds a lot of roles and responsibilities. Does he deserve the captaincy? I would say probably. I mean, who else do they have in that team to give captain? Like obviously, Mark Noble's on that bench. Comes on. Who is No, yeah, sorry. Mark Noble is the official captain. Mark Noble is the official captain, and then yeah, what's his name? What's that guy's name again? Declan Rice is technically the assistant, the vice captain. But again, yeah, you can call him main captain. He plays every single game. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, but who else would they give captain? I mean, Antonio. Yeah, I don't know. Fabianski maybe. I don't know. Like obviously, I'm not gonna like point out. Oh yeah, he shouldn't be captain. Like yeah, whatever. Great, he's captain. And that's why he's captain. He has great leadership, and that's what I've said. Like that's the only aspect I like about him. He has great leadership. That's it. We look at Jordan Henderson. He's captain because he's got great leadership on and off the pitch. Like it's not because he's a star footballer. He's not their best footballer. It's because he's got great leadership skills. That's what I think Declan Rice has. So it's good to see him there. But I wouldn't go and pay that big money for a position where I think others can do better at. Again, a Tushimeni could have done miles better. Like I really think Tushimeni would have been the best midfielder in the league. Like he would have absolutely demolished this league. But Rice is someone who'll come in. Maybe yeah, obviously he'll come and fix our defense, our attack a little bit. But will he come in drastically change it? I don't see it. I don't see it. We can see and say he'll do well. We can see and say he'll do good. But the only way we can see is if he comes. But I'm not willing to take that risk for it. Look at this way. Chelsea have been lacking pool with our targets picking other clubs. It means a big deal that Rice actually wants to come to Chelsea and would want to finish it. Like again, like if we get him, I'm not gonna be upset. Like I'm gonna be in the club crying. Like it is what it is. He comes. Like that's another reason as well. Like on the point of leadership, like he wants to play for the badge, does that for West Ham. But again, it's like yes, I know he wants to come to Chelsea. Yes, I know he wants to finish his career. He wants to build a legacy here. But is he even good enough to build it? I don't think he's I don't think his player skills is good enough. Like I love those things in players. You guys know that I love when you're agency, you play for the badge, you're a leader. I love that in players. I've always said that. But is he physically good enough on the ball? Like can he can't make a pass sometimes. Like his positioning, he looks like you'll see him doing this a couple of times. Like he needs someone to hold his hand half the time. In a sense that you're playing in double pivot, whatever. That they play a 4-4-2, 4-3, whatever. But they have two sitting DMs. A Rice, a Suchek, a Rice, a Phillips. Right? We're gonna have Rice. I'm gonna have a Kovacic next to him. So he's technically gonna be the lone sitter. He's not used to that. And when he's the lone sitter, I think you've seen that he gets physically lost. Maybe we can train him up to that. Maybe. In double pivot, it's different. But we tried that with Loftus Cheek. It didn't work out. Even Kante to an extent, it didn't really work out. But he comes, I guess. Declan Rice and about pledge so far. I think his price is worth 40 million, like 40, 45. I don't think it's anything 120. And I think, like if we buy him, like it's not a player I want. Like I think he's worth 40, 45. If we offer him 40, 45, yeah, it's great. We can get him whatever. But he is just heavily over 120, man. Like it's way too much. Way too much. It's just way too much for a player. Like I just personally wouldn't get it. Maybe like again, if it gets dropped, wait, next one. Yeah, but on next news because we got to end soon. Conor Gallagher is in high interest by the boss man at Everton, Frankie Lampard, and Gilmore is well liked, which is obviously not surprised. Gilmore Lampard are kind of best friends to an extent. So Well, Billy Gilmore, if you guys don't know, Billy Gilmore has kind of come out and said that he wants first team football. He wants to play 90 minutes every single game, but he doesn't want another loan spell. And he wants to come in Chelsea and be a starting player. Now, if you come in and say you want to be a starting player at Chelsea, I think you should kick him off the team. You know, um, realistically, I think he should go on a loan. I don't think he's ready, but he doesn't want another loan. He wants to come into Chelsea and join the first team. If not, he wants to leave. And in my sense, I think we should just sell him. I don't think he's put in enough work to come in and start this season. I think maybe in the future he has it, but right this second he does not have it. He needs to keep going on more loans. He needs to be patient, and then maybe next season we bring him in and we slot him in as an extra if he does well, like Gilmore, like Gallagher's done. So I don't know. It's hard one with Gilmore. Rice comfortable with the ball and defensive attribute could be actually he could actually drop a centre back in our team at action midfielder. So I don't think it's quite comfortable on the ball. I really don't think so. And I think the only attribute he has again is leadership. Like I don't know. Like yeah, I think he's good tracking back as well. He can track back. Like there's a lot of stamina. Besides that, I don't see it. Yeah, maybe he can drop in centre back, but he's very sloppy. I don't want to compare him to his player, but when I see him like on the ball, off the ball, he reminds me of a Harry Maguire. I'll be honest. Like when I watch him, like reminds me of like Harry Maguire when he gets the ball. He kind of like I don't know, just looks like Harry Maguire when he has it. I don't think he's like this professional level where if you pay 120 million, I think it's like paying 80 million for Harry Maguire. Same thing with 120 million for Rice. I think it becomes the same situation. We'll be looking in 2 years, be like it's the same situation as this. Now Gallagher as well. Gallagher's been great for Palace, but he hasn't been the best. Let me see if I have that stat still. I have a stat like obviously we saw Gallagher score a lot of goals this season, but was he really that like good? I think I reached this last stream. Where's the other one? Oh, I lost the other one. No. Well, anyway, it was Gallagher's stats where his passing wasn't the best. Anyway, uh, I think on Gallagher as well. I think we bring him in for preseason. We see how the boss man likes him. If Tuchel likes him, I think we sign him up, pop him in the squad as a rotational player. But if he comes in, he doesn't fit it. I think we send him on loan, man, because I think with these players we would be quite patient. How old is he actually? I think he's getting quite old, to be honest with you. Oh my god, Gallagher, what is this? He's 22, so he's gonna be 23 next Feb. This season he had 34 matches, 8 goals, and I was speaking to a Palace fan, and he said the start of the season he was killing it. Like he was like, obviously when he won the player of the month, like he was killing it. Towards the end, he kind of started dropping off. Like he kind of started to be very average, but he said he was still a great player. So we'll have to see how he fits in. Maybe at Palace, he had a lot of confidence, and it shows when this player has a lot of confidence, he is good. You know, that's the main problem. Players like they don't have a lot of confidence, and they might drop off with that. But I guess maybe he is a confidence sure player. Like when he has confidence, he plays well. When doesn't, he doesn't play well. Not rocket science. So when he comes in, if he has that confidence, he pops out in preseason and pop him in because mentally he should be having confidence all year. That's not going to happen, but we'll see with that. Claire says it's the first time we played that many games. He will be fitter and improved. Is this Gallagher? Yeah, Gallagher. Evans Gallagher. Yeah, I guess like it was the first time he's played 34 games, but it's not the first time he's played 34 games in his life. Like I would say, he's still in his youth. Like he's did that when he was probably 18, did that 19. So it's not the first time he's played 30 or 20 games. But I agree, like it's his first big season in a Premier League, like his first big season, and he did quite well for a loanee. So obviously the right thing to do is to bring him back. Like we have to bring him back for sure. But we have to test his woodworks first. We can't just bring him back and put him in the starting 11. We'll have to see how he does well, how he does. So I will bring him in for preseason and start him all the time. I don't think I'll start him off. I'll start him nearly every single game to see how he plays because we need to test his man highly because he can come in and he can either bang it out or he could flop it. Like he could really flop it. Obviously, like any player. come in, you can do well. You come in, you can do bad. Like he's like any other player. He's like signing a player. Like we have to still test him out. And he was alone in the championship. I mean, well, I look at that and I look at championship, and obviously I just said like, yeah, obviously it's his first big Premier League season, but championship is a massive season as well. In terms of fitness, championship is harder than the Premier League. You play 42 games that season, no days off. Like you don't. Oh, coach, I'm tired. No, you're playing this game. Championships is massive. It's very very hard. In terms of fitness. So if a loner goes to the championship and he plays every single game, he's playing 90 minutes, he's running up and down. He's got great fitness. Um, so I would say that championship in terms of fitness is quite good. In terms of ball quality and quality of the players, obviously that's a bit lower, but the fitness of it is it's quite high. Like you get very fit from it. You play a lot of games. But let's go to the last one. Where is it? Oh my god. Guys, like the stream as well if you haven't already. Again, this was like a last minute stream. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'll do it on one Thursday. And yeah, we'll get that another one for you guys here. Here it is. And we got Rich Alderson has told Everton he wants to leave this summer. No surprise. He has PSG, Chelsea, and Madrid in his sights. Obviously, this is a Sun talking low, kind of low. What do I call it? Sourced journalist? If Kasim was here, Kasim was saying Richarlison. And now the thing with Richarlison, I think Kasim was talking about this, and I agree with him. Is he has the urge to play, like he has the urge to win stuff. He wants to win stuff, but it's the same thing with Rice. He isn't physically good enough. Like he isn't. I think his attitude's horrible as well. Like his attitude's horrible. He's too much of a, I want to just have fun. Yes, he's here to win. Yes, he wants to win, but I don't think again he's good enough for Chelsea. 100% not good enough. So I would not take Richarlison as another player. I'm gonna see what GCT said. Chelsea Good Take said, perfect signing. If we get Dembele, then we can pair him with someone like Richie. It's important to find the right balance, knowing to show using his forward. It'll be a balance of what? What can we balance with Richarlison and Dembele? I don't get it. I mean, you say Richarlison's a bit more physical. Again, mentally wants to win more, but Dembele is a whole different player. Gabriel is downgrading from Pep. Huh? Versatile. Yeah, again, he's very versatile. He has a high work rate, but he's fucking shit. Like, he's not good. He's not a good player. There's a reason why he's at Everton and no teams really want to buy him. Like, yeah, does well for Brazil. It's great. Like, obviously, he's a great player, but he's not a good player for Chelsea. Like, 30 Premier League. Again, it's the same thing with Jesus for me. It's the same thing with Jesus. Like, do we want a player to come in and change our stats? We want a player to come in getting 14 goals and 14 assists, or do we want a player to come in and get 10 goals and 4 assists like our other players are still doing? Like he's had 10 goals, 5 assists. That's probably the same as Havertz, probably the same as Lukaku, probably the same as Mount. Like it's the same stats. We want players to come in and get 15 goals and 14 assists. And just remember, he's got a lot of confidence in Everton. High confidence. So yeah, that's the sound of Richarlison. I'm not sure what you guys think about that, but other than that, guys, I'm ending the stream here. Hope everyone did enjoy today's stream. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe if you're new. I'll be back probably Sunday or Monday, so stay tuned for that. Obviously there's no game. I was about to say we'll get ready for the game, but there's no game. Obviously we're on transfer break, whatever we call it, and the transfer window actually opens tomorrow. 9, 10, 11, wait, 9, 10, 11, 12. Times in the UK. It's 12. I don't know how many hours until it opens. What, 12 hours, I think? 9, 10, 11. I don't know. We'll figure out. I think it's probably 13 hours or something till the 11, 10, 9. Yeah, I think it's Yeah, I think it's 13 hours. I think till the window opens from the UK. But yeah, I hope everyone did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next.